Jesus, I never realized how big my damn head is until I make these videos. What's going on, Crimefighters? It's the night, and tonight is gonna be a little. This video is gonna be a little longer, because typically I watched this video earlier, but I want to share it with you guys and react to it because, well, it's The Real Rejects. It's Ryan Wright, his conversation with TYRONE Magnus, and I kind of just wanted to react and show you guys a video to get a concept of what he's talking about, because TYRONE Magnus made a video basically responding to that. I'm not going to react to both. But it's something I found very interesting and something I wanted to speak of and speak on, I should say, myself. So let's see. Well, I already saw, but let you guys see, and then we'll talk about it after.
Hey guys, Ryan Wright here. So I wanted to talk about something. I actually spoke with TYRONE Magnus a few days ago. He called me up, he had a couple of questions. He wanted to know how to enlarge your penis size because he is actually really small. It's surprising. He works out a lot to compensate for his tiny dick. No, he's fucking huge. He sent me a photo. He's fucking huge. But I wanted to talk about our conversation. It was supposed to be like a quick chat, but we ended up talking for an hour and 12 minutes. One of the best moments of my life. Like, we got along really well. He's a really cool dude. We're very different in a lot of ways, but I kind of wanted to talk about how we're similar and what we share that is actually true. Because, you know, like, he does a lot of reactions, I do a lot of reactions, but if you guys see us, we are pretty different. But there's some things I thought would be really cool to actually talk about a little bit. We do have very similar stories. I would tell his story, but his story is better told from his perspective. So if you guys don't know his story, ask him to do a video on it again, because it is really worth hearing and it's inspiring to see where he's at now. For my personal story, I'll make it really short. I won't go into details. I basically have been pursuing the movie business since I was a kid. When I was a teenager, I tried everything as going into acting, and then I even tried everything with writing. I actually stopped doing anything movie related for like 3 years. I started learning a lot about business. I eventually went back into writing and doing movie related stuff because that's my passion. Being a movie buff is like the one thing I know I'm good at. So when I saw YouTube, I thought it would be great because I thought like, hey, you know what? I could do exactly what I want to do on YouTube, and I get access to people right away. Like, YouTube's worldwide. Like, for anyone who's considering doing a YouTube channel, here's why I did it. YouTube is worldwide. You get access to like millions by millions of people across the globe, and you don't have to go through any bullshit, you know? Like, in the typical business way of the movie industry, entertainment industry, you gotta climb this ladder that everyone talks about. You gotta like impress so many fucking people who you don't care to impress. These people who have like authority over you when they really need you, actually. And I thought, like, fuck that. With YouTube, I can just put my shit up on this huge website and I can get access to fans and subscribers right away. Let that do the talking for me. Like, I don't want to get someone else's approval of me in order to see if people will like me. I thought it would be so cool to do this, and sure enough, it's panning out exactly the way I wanted it to, and it's totally great. It allows me to do what I want to do and not have to worry about someone else's validation of me. And I know TYRONE has a very similar philosophy of that. Like, TYRONE and I really believe in the power of positivity, the power of setting goals, the power of work ethic especially. You know, like, if you see TYRONE, he used to do a lot of workout videos, and to be that committed to working out, I mean, everyone knows he's like super fucking buff. He's got those chesticles, man, fuck, and that huge ass dick that weighs more than any of his muscles. To be that committed to working out, I feel like that level of commitment is what he's taking into his level of YouTube success right now. Like, he acknowledged, like, I tell him, like, dude, you have like 35,000 more subs than me, but we do get similar amount of views. So I think that's cool that he acknowledged that, you know, like, to know that, hey, we still are cat and mouse a little bit. Even though he has more subs, the views, well, that's where the money's at, people. Another thing, too, that we thought would be neat is that if we built up ourselves on YouTube, we wouldn't have to try to get our foot in the door, that people would start coming to us. And I won't talk a lot about every opportunity that's come my way, but if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have these opportunities that have been given to me lately. Last year alone, I got a connection at Legendary, got to do a gig for them, got a connection at Warner Brothers, got to do a gig for them. Now I just met up with some people from Xbox. Latino Review, my favorite movie site. I have like 3 favorite movie sites, and they're one of them. They hit me up too. Like, I'm just meeting with a lot of people. I might be doing something with Schmoes Know, actually. Yeah, like, I have all all these opportunities. Not going to divulge Tyrone's, but it was part of that belief of why we did YouTube, was because we could have gone the traditional route with what we wanted to do. We have other things in mind. We don't want to just do reaction videos for the rest of our life. We want to do other things as well. Tyrone has a lot of things in the pipeline that he wants to do, some other dreams and ambitions that I know he's going to get at, because everything comes down to the same 3 basic principles, and him and I really believe it. It comes down to your philosophy, you know, what you think about, your attitude, how you feel about what you know, how you feel towards others, how you feel about yourself, taking action, taking your philosophy and attitude and putting it into action. A lot of people like watch something like The Secret and go, maybe I can just think about it long enough. But no, you got to take it all and put it into action, and that's what we've both been doing. You know, there's a phrase that I heard a long time ago that says, work full-time on your job and part-time on your fortune. And I saw YouTube as that way to sort of start accumulating that fortune. And I used to have a full-time job. Like, I had a full-time job that I fucking hated. I loathed it so much. Every day was anxiety, depression, anger. I just loathed it. So I would do that 40 hours a week. Then I would go home and do YouTube for about 20 to 30 hours a week. Did not work out at all, so I gained a lot of weight. If you go back to the first episode of the movie review when we started this channel, I was super skinny. And then throughout the year and a half, I like gained a lot of weight. Now I'm like working out again. I want to get like a Tyrone body. I was able to replace my job because of you guys. You guys allow me to replace my job. I am able to do this now part-time, but I'm making more money than when I did a full-time job. And that's awesome. And it's really, really a big thank you to you guys. Like, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like, I know I talk about a lot of things that a lot of people don't like to talk about. Like, you know, I just revealed some opportunities that I got. I revealed that, yeah, I do make money on YouTube. It really goes back to you dudes. And that's something Tyrone and I really believe in too, is that, yes, he does make money. Everyone knows that he also has a job. One thing we really believe is really strongly tending to our subscribers, tending to the fans, because it's you guys who really make the channel. It's you guys who really matter. I remember realizing that when we were at like 10 subscribers. I've been grateful for to this day. Like, we jump up anywhere from like 600 to 800 followers on average a day now. I love every single one of you guys. I'm not just saying that because I remember when I had 10 followers, I remember thinking, if I know how to just tend to each individual person that I have at this 10 and to tend to those who subscribe. You know, some people focus on, I want to get more views, I want to get more subscribers. I've always felt that I just want to focus on those people who are already subscribed, and then everything else will kind of take care of itself. And so Tyrone and I really believe on that, really tending to our subs. And I think that's why people like us, is because they know we're very genuine about it. Yeah, you know, we both get haters. Like, I think I get way more haters than he does, as I say some things that are just a little bit too offensive every now and again. But Tyrone is someone who does get haters. He said people call him the N-word often. In case you guys don't know what that word is, it's N-I-G-G-E-R. Say it out loud. If you don't know what that word means, say it to your parents. They'll tell you what it means. But we do get haters. And one thing that we get haters on, too, is like, psh, who watches someone do a reaction, you know? I think Tyrone and I give opinions on the videos. We like to give our insights. And another thing, too, is like, I asked Tyrone this. When he did that Star Wars reaction, I asked him, like, do you think that if you were in the theaters, you would have done that Wookiee noise? And he said, probably not. He wasn't faking it for the camera, and I don't fake my stuff either. The thing is, though, is when you're filming a video and you're aware that there's a lot of people watching you, it brings out a certain energy level in you. Like, I'll watch trailers alone sometimes, and, you know, like, I'll get excited, but when I'm with a buddy, like, my energy comes out of me even more. That is authentic what we're doing, and it actually does take a certain level of work to actually do that. It's not about putting all this energy in. It's not about faking or forcing a reaction, but it's about allowing yourself to be you while a camera's pointed at you. For example, every time someone comes on this channel, I always tell them the one thing I tell them is something Tyrone and I really believe in, which is the power of believing in yourself and being yourself. I have a cheesy ass quote, but I really live by it. I tell people the word unique starts with the letter U for a reason. So to be unique, you just gotta be yourself. And I think about how people come on this channel and they're always so concerned about, are people gonna like me? What if I don't have a reaction? And I'm always like, don't give a shit about any of that. Whatever you're feeling, just let it out and let people see it and just be yourself. And it actually takes work to be be yourself. It takes work to just allow people to see who you are, to see what you're feeling on the inside. It's progress. It's a process. If you could do that, I could see why people might be drawn to it. Because I'll admit, up until we were at like 60,000 subscribers, I always had a question of, why do people like watching reaction videos? But then it started to dawn on me that's like, oh, it's because, you know, like, I get why there are some reactors who go places and some who don't. It's because, like, people like Tyrone and I like to be ourselves and really show that energy. Like, we're aware that thousands of people are going to be watching our videos, so it brings out a level of energy in us, and it's because we know you guys are watching, so we like to tend to that and really show you guys how we're feeling. So yeah, we deal with haters. He deals with trolls better than I do. I know I haven't talked word for word about everything Tyrone and I talked about, because like for most of it, like a lot of it I'm not going to reveal because it's very personal. This is all thoughts and attitudes that were conjuring up after my conversation with him, and it makes sense how we are sort of at similar levels because we have similar point of views on things, you know, and we certainly have our differences. And the reason why we have our differences is because I work on embracing myself, he works on embracing himself, and through that, we got two different individuals, and I really hope to work with this guy one day. Like, I really want to work with Tyrone. The main reason I'm doing this video, hopefully you stay till the end for this part, I want Tyrone Magnus to quit his job. For you guys who really follow Tyrone, you'll know he has a job that's outside of YouTube. I really think he should quit. He didn't tell me the income he exactly makes off YouTube. I'm hearing it and I'm like, dude, you can totally quit your job. He can do more videos. He can produce better quality videos. Like, I'm a fan of Tyrone Magnus. And I was telling him, like, dude, I know you got more subs than me. If we would get similar amount of views and you have more subs than me, you will be fine. I really want him to quit his job because I think it'd be so inspiring. I didn't really talk a lot about like how much I hated my job when I was doing this channel. I didn't really talk about when I was able to quit my job. Now I mention it, but I think it would be so inspiring for so many people to see someone like Tyrone who was building this channel. Then he was able to go out there and replace his full-time job because he was able to just tend to his subscribers. Like, that would be so inspiring. Tyrone, you want to get to 1 million subs faster? Quit your fucking job. And if you get a job going to male stripping, let's face it, you got a big cock, you're fucking buff, you're black, fucking beautiful to look at. So quit your goddamn job. Another thing too is I want him and Gator Martin and Cooley to come out to California in the summer. I thought of a 3-part short film series that we could do where it's about the reactors coming together, like it would actually be scripted. And I thought it'd be cool if like one video was on my channel, another on Tyrone's, another on Gator's. That would be so fucking cool to do that. So if you guys can just start telling Tyrone to quit his job, that would be great. And if you can convince Gator and Tyrone to come out to California so we can put this short film together, that would also be splendid. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. You can subscribe to The Real Rejects, por favor. And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Alright, well, as far as that part, we all know where it goes from there. But I chose this because I just want to talk about it and, of course, give my 2 cents and share some overall thoughts about it all. I don't know how exactly I'm going to go about saying it or which order, because like I said, I don't plan or script out these things. I just kind of flow with it. First off, I want to be that damn cool with y'all. Y'all motherfuckers just calling me on the phone and we have talks and stuff like that. Y'all just sit here and just abandon me because I'm small and y'all don't show any type of love. But no. And 2, you want to make videos? I've been trying to reach out for y'all for like a month. All of y'all. On let's do videos together and get y'all together and try to do something planned and do something big for YouTube. And all y'all been ignoring me, alright? And y'all just keep not showing me love and stuff. No, y'all, I was playing, but I want to share this only because in Tyrone kind of when in his video he explained his side of the story and how he felt in his come up and sharing their views. And I just agree with a lot of it, and we share a similar story. In the sense, of course, I'm an actor and a writer as well, and YouTube is something completely new for me because I wanted to... How do I put this? I shared it similar in a sense because Ryan, as he stated, believes he didn't feel like he had to prove himself to anyone, to anyone's validation, or just dealing with the industry pricks that there are sometimes, or most of the times. And that's kind of how I felt. And that plays back to him saying, you know, be yourself. And kind of don't worry about what people have to say and don't get down and just do what you have to do, it all played a sense to me because I was in that same boat. I'm big in acting and filmmaking, and I always have been ever since I was a kid. Me and my grandfather always, every day, would just watch movies together, and that's what built the passion for me. And that's something I started off in Atlanta trying to do and trying to get my acting career off the ground. And that's something that, and even here in New York, I'm still trying to. And it's something that's so damn hard, and it's difficult to do. It's difficult to make it, especially if you have talent. And to speak to his point in the fact that these industry jerks sometimes need validation to forget who they are. Because you're not a big name, you can't be somebody. Because you don't have a big name, they can't make profit on you, or you can't be something, in a sense where they was in the same position you were. So they forget about that. And I don't need you to tell me that I'm not good enough to do something that I know I am and love to do. And I got tired of that, and I still am, in a sense. And going from Atlanta and head to New York and just hitting a brick wall and every single time, and as Tyrone stated in his video, it's hard to juggle the two in the sense of having to maintain a job and also try to maintain a dream at the same time, because realistically you need to keep the lights on, you need to pay the bills, you need to do this, and auditions cost this, and traveling and things like that, like he said, and it's absolutely true. And that's something, speaking on Ryan's point, is I found myself being greatly demotivated. I stopped. I completely dropped acting. I dropped my passion. I dropped my dream. I gave up. I lost faith in myself. And that'll do that. And it's not, and the reason why I'm speaking this and using these two as a reference and speaking off their story, because not only does it speak to me, but similar to them, my dream wasn't going right for me. And a big portion of my life has been a lot of struggle for the past, 3, going on maybe 4.5 years. Has been nothing but struggle and hardship and pain, and yeah, a lot of it has to do with, and some of it has to do with me, and a lot of it just has to do with the situations. And it's just, when you go through so much struggle, you yearn for that success. You yearn for that dream to come, and you want to be at that successful and stable place in your life because you're tired of the struggle. You're tired of the failure, and that's what I saw myself doing. And it kind of wasn't until, like I said, I started watching YouTube, and it was because of these two that really inspired me to take a different route and be myself and create something new outside of the ordinary, and maybe perhaps take a chance on something that I might not have seen that was there before. And I don't know, I didn't necessarily do it for the same reasons that they did, as far as like the validation and to speak your own and to speak to a broader audience, display your talents. It was kind of smaller to that, but it was just, I just wanted to do something. You know, I just wanted to speak on something I loved, and I knew this isn't acting, and it's not movies and things like that, and that's what I want to do in life. But this, I felt, was a way to, and Tyrone says that he has people in his videos that say, oh my God, I come home from school, I come home from work, and I watch your videos. That's how I was with them, and even the other reactors, but mostly, of course, those two. They're part of my daily and nightly routine. I stay on YouTube watching videos, see what they upload, what's going on, yada yada. I stay on that. And they've helped me drastically through a lot of those hard times that I explained that I had in my life. And when I'd watch their videos, I'd be okay, and I'd be happy, and I'd forget all of that, and I'd be inspired, and I'd want to pursue other things. I'd want to move forward, and I'd want to get out of my negative zone. And that is what motivated me, because I want to be that for somebody else. It's not easy doing something like this, and if I can be that person to motivate someone else and to show them that there are other ways, and just like Tyrone mentions, going around, he mentioned a Bruce Lee quote, and if you want to get to Hollywood, go through the back door. kind of in a sense, like, if this is what I like to do now, and if somewhere down the road this gets me somewhere that's like amazing, and somewhere in, a film, whatever it may be, that's awesome. But doing this right now, I'm happy. I'm happy to talk to you guys every day. I'm happy to make videos. I look forward to it. And watching these videos, I knew I had to speak on them because I knew it was going to touch on a lot of, my bringing up and my struggles and where I am now, at least where I'm trying to be, Because like I said, I'm small with this YouTube, and I know I'm not as big as those two are, but I have a dream. I know what I want to do, and that's why I'm trying so hard to reach out to them, and because there's so much potential. No matter how big or how small you are, you always have potential. Things can always happen. This community has grown so much. Possibilities are endless, and that's why, and I'm still going to be reaching out to them. I don't care if they get fucking annoyed with me. I know what can come of, like he said, he wants them to come to LA. Well, guess what? I want all of us to be together and do something truly great. And like they basically talk about the haters and things like that, like, you can't let people get you down, you can't let people steal you from your course, because I was like that. And I'm not gonna lie, to some point I still am. And to some point I'm my biggest critic and the person to kind of steer me in the wrong direction, because I question and I doubt myself. I do that every day, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't. And I do that because, oh my God, even with them, oh, they don't care because I'm small, so they don't care what I have to say, or the quality of my videos are shit, and the screens are too small, no one can see, everyone's gonna get bored, and what can I bring that's different? And I think about these things, and you have to use that in a sense to kind of catapult you to keep going, actually, because no one's gonna be perfect when you first come out. Nothing's gonna be handed to you when you first come out. Nothing's gonna be amazing when you first come out. These are things, like they said, you go on, and as you see the numbers grow, you start thinking like, wow, really? Like, what is it? Like, but it's awesome. And I'm sorry if I'm getting like a little choked up or like a little tongue twisted. It's just something that I believe very strongly in. And to be honest, I'm glad this is kind of happening, because out of something of me being used to all the negative and, like I said, the past and my struggles that I have in my life, this is my peace. This is where I go to get away from that. This is where I go to see hope in my life. And like they say, they get paid for YouTube and things like that. I'd love to. That would help my troubles immensely. And I'm sure as well as all of you, it would. That'd be an amazing position to be in. And I'd be lying, of course, if I say I'm not doing it to fix that. I am. Everyone has a certain goal, but they have to be realistic. Of course, that would help me get out of the struggle in my life. You're right. But my passion and my vision is so much bigger, and why I keep doing it. And y'all are the reason why I keep doing it. And I just did this because, like I said, the three of us, we have very similar stories. We have very similar point of views. We have very similar, upbringings as far as the direction we want to go in life. And for some of you crime fighters who maybe aren't magnusites or rejects and don't see their videos, I want you to see mine and listen and take note as well. Like, do something, go for it, and don't stop. No matter how it's turning out. And if your life was hard and you had struggle, even more so, to keep going for it. Don't get yourself down. Don't kind of border yourself in the norm of Hollywood, or what's expected, or what's perfect, or what somebody else has to tell you. Don't do that, because then you'll never be anything, because you're listening to other people's limitations, you're listening to what they're telling you is acceptable and what's right and what makes it. I pride myself in being somebody who doesn't do things traditionally, and who doesn't go the traditional route and doesn't do things right. I'm a rebel in a sense. I'm doing whatever I can to get where I need to be, and even others, because I don't believe in the system, and I don't think it's right, and I don't think it's okay for how the higher heads treat us. And I don't like it, and it's not acceptable, and I'll never ever, I will publicly go out and say, even if I do make it, I'll publicly go and say, I have never approved, and it's not right. And whatever avenues you guys have to do to bring you happiness and success, you do it. And listen to their words, listen to their story. Tyrone tells his, go listen to his as well. You will all find it similar in all of us. We all have a passion, and not all as in three of us, I mean all as in everyone you see on YouTube. We all have a passion, we all have a love, we all started from somewhere, we all have a reason, we have an inspiration. And these two were mine, and this is the reason why I'm taking this opportunity to speak on it when it involves those two. And a lot of people might think, oh, you just use them to piggyback, to get more views, to do this, to get exposure. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I do this because I appreciate them. I do this because I have respect for them. I do this because they paved the way for fucking me. Like, I want to pave the way for somebody else who is going through the same struggles I did or am. You know? So, I guess now I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah, I just wanted to say that and just give you guys a little backside, on my story. I'll do a video on a full more detail like down the road at some point, but now I just want to say that because I felt you guys need to know that. You guys need to hear it, and you guys need to believe in it, and you guys need to do it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want. I don't know. I just feel very passionate about it. And I want you guys to know because you guys are a part of it now, And yeah, man. So I have respect for you guys' stories. I love that you guys kind of said this and, displayed this and shared this with everybody. Now y'all fucking have a conversation with me, damn it. Now let's talk about our struggles together and let's be friends and let's do amazing things. And Ryan and Tyrone and all the other four and stuff. I'm just a little man and y'all don't care. But no, guys, it's awesome. And I don't do it for the subscribers and the views. Those things are great. Do not get me wrong. And I love it. And of course, we all want subscribers. Of course, I want to be in the 100,000s of subscribers already. Of course. I do. I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't. Or that I didn't. But to do this every day is much more important. It is much more satisfying. And like Ryan said, everything else will follow through, And y'all have a dream, go for it. Don't listen to haters, don't let nobody stop you, don't let nobody categorize you. Keep going. And I hope this video inspired you guys, and I hope you guys got a lot of this. Or a lot from this, sorry. So if you guys want to, share it. Share one of theirs, share both of theirs, show all of ours, share whoever. I don't even care if it's not even just mine. Just share the message through. Because then at least somebody else receives it. And somebody else can be inspired by somebody else's story. So yeah. So this video is long as hell. So Adonias Blanco, we now know that I figured out some type of way. So your dead man video will be coming, sir. But other than that, Crimefighters, like I said, I love y'all, man, and I'm so grateful for the path that, I've laid out, and I'm just hoping for so much more, and I'm just going to remain positive. And you know what? Any of you in YouTube who watch this video who are in New York and are a filmmaker, reach out. Let's do things together. Like I said, I'm a filmmaker. I'll do something for you. I'll write something for you. We could do something together. I like helping others. I love building. Nobody should be left alone in their dream, and no one should be left alone on their journey. Nobody gets where they are by themselves. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody. So, like I said, I'm open, guys. Let's do something together. Crime Fighters unite. Whatever it may be. Ryan, Tyrone, Akasan, Gator, Jinx, all of you, I'm still going to be fucking on y'all. And like I said, I have a plan. I have a vision. Because I'm small, it does not mean shit can't happen. Does not mean we can't make history. Numbers are nothing, my friends. Like you say, persistence is key. Who you are, what you believe in, and where you're going. And like I said, I agree with you guys' philosophy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Ryan, that you and unique thing, that's awesome. It's not cheesy. It's awesome, brother. But anyway, I'm rambling too long now, Crime Fighters. Thank you for watching this video, and if you're still here by the end of it, 'cause I know it's long as hell. I love you guys. To many more videos, to the very near future. Yeah, live from the Batcave, man. It's the night, and all of his Crime Fighters. And I'll see y'all later, man.